Ladies and gentlemen, may I please have your attention? Please have your tickets in hand before you board the plane. Thank you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Johan Castell and you're watching Wings. On the show today, we highlight harvest festivals across India and how kites are flying nationwide. Also on the show, how snow affects travel and turns Europe into a winter wonderland, while they make the most of the cold in the east, along with intriguing festivals from Australia to Africa. Let's begin. This week, India celebrates Makar Sankranti, when the sun moves into Capricorn, signaling the start of longer days and the harvest season. The festival unfolds across the country, with prayers, rituals, and community gatherings, reflecting renewal and prosperity.
Across regions, Makar Sankranti unites India in harvest and new beginnings. Sacred rituals and colorful traditions highlight both diversity and shared spirit. In Tamil Nadu, the harvest festival is observed as the 4-day Pongal festival. Pongal, a dish made from rice and lentils, is prepared to honor the sun god. Homes are adorned with intricate traditional decorations and families gather to express gratitude for a bountiful harvest. Bogi Pongal is marked with bonfires and traditional rituals. In Gujarat and Rajasthan, the festival is Uttarayan. Colorful kites fill the sky as people gather to celebrate the new season. The festivities attract participants from across India and abroad. In Odisha, the spirit of Makar Sankranti is reflected in art and devotion, especially at the Jagannath temple, where a sand artist creates works that highlight both Pongal and Makar Sankranti, welcoming visitors and devotees. In West Bengal, Hindu pilgrims gather at Ganga Sagar, where the Ganga meets the Bay of Bengal. Devotees take the holy dip, one of India's largest religious gatherings after Kumbh Mela. In Assam, Magh Bighu features feasts, bonfires and mass fishing to mark the end of the harvest. In Punjab and Haryana, Lohri is marked on Makar Sankranti's eve, with bonfires, songs, dances and sweets made from sesame and jaggery. Lohri is a celebration of togetherness, gratitude and tradition. In Uttar Pradesh, devotees gather at Prayagraj's Sangam Ghat for Makar Sankranti and Ekadashi as Magh Mela enters a key phase. Pilgrims take the holy dip at the confluence, with authorities managing the crowds. From sacred river rituals at Ganga Sagar and Prayagraj to harvest celebrations, kite festivals and community bonfires, Makar Sankranti brings India together in a nationwide celebration of the sun, the harvest and new beginnings.
With Makar Sankranti marking the shift from winter to warmer days, rooftops and festival grounds across India transform into launch pads for color, competition and community building. kite flying takes center stage in one of India's most vibrant harvest celebrations.
In Gujarat, where Makar Sankranti is celebrated as Uttarayan, the festival is a statewide spectacle. From before sunrise to well after sunset, cities like Ahmedabad witness skies packed with kites of every shape and size. Children and families climb rooftops and streets echo with cheers, laughter and friendly rivalry. The competition is fierce. Kite flyers attempt to cut rival strings using manja, a specially prepared thread coated with glue and glass. Gujarat, a hub of India's kite industry, produces nearly 65% of the country's kites. In Ahmedabad's old city, Patang Bazaar, the heart of the kite trade comes alive weeks ahead of Uttarayan, operating around the clock as enthusiasts stock up for the big day. This year, the skies over Ahmedabad filled with kites as German Chancellor Friedrich Merz joined Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the city's International Kite Festival during Merz's first official visit to India. For the West, Rajkot hosted an equally vibrant International Kite Festival, drawing participants from India and abroad. Flyers from countries such as Australia, Singapore and South Korea showcased kites shaped like mythological figures, animals and cartoon characters, turning the sky into a moving art gallery. In Vadodara, the International Kite Festival once again drew large crowds, with Indian and foreign flyers filling the sky with vibrant designs under tight security. The annual event remains one of Gujarat's biggest cultural attractions, timed to coincide with Makar Sankranti.
India is incredible. You know, they say incredible India. And Gujarat tourism with hospitality, they invite us every year. And we come to fly our kites with the beautiful people of India. And we share the joy and the happiness together.
The kite fever extends well beyond Gujarat. In Jaipur, markets in the walled city overflowed with shoppers making last-minute purchases of colourful kites and spools of manja. Narrow lanes buzzed with festive energy as the Pink City prepared to welcome Makar Sankranti, even as traffic slowed under the weight of celebrations. Meanwhile, in the south, Hyderabad's International Kite and Sweet Festival added its own flavour to the celebrations. Held at Secunderabad's parade grounds, the three-day event combined kite flying with traditional sweets, handicrafts and cultural performances, highlighting Makar Sankranti as both a harvest festival and a community celebration.
I'm going to fly my kite right now in the dark. Got some wind now, so everybody's happy. I think the public's getting a good show. Well, this is my second one. I've been flying another one all day, and now I got a night flying kite. It's going to have sparkles in it, so hopefully it's going to be nice.
Across India, Makar Sankranti may be known by different names, but one tradition unites millions, looking up, holding the string tight and letting hope, colour and celebration soar.
Every January, the Australian town of Parkes in New South Wales transforms into a living tribute to Elvis Presley. What began as a quirky festival has become one of Australia's most iconic music events, with a special train taking revelers to the town. Let's take a look.
From a train full of jumpsuits, cowboy hats, placards and rock and roll, a small Australian town has once again become the world capital of Elvis music and nostalgia. Welcome to Parkes, where the king of rock and roll is celebrated. The party kicks off with the Elvis Express, a 7-hour train journey from Sydney filled with song, costumes and non-stop tributes to the king. Hundreds of fans, dressed in jumpsuits, wigs and 90s outfits, cheered as the train arrived in Parkes, turning the station into a wall of flashing cameras, laughter and rock and roll energy.
This is my first year. So I've never done anything like this before. I don't think I've ever been to a festival before. So, yeah, this is a biggie. Very, very excited. I'm very excited. I'm so excited to be going away with some friends, and I'm looking forward to the train ride and then all the music when we get there. I'm not so much looking forward to the heat. Apparently it's going to be stinking hot in parks. And we are wearing a lot of synthetic gear too.
If you love me, let me know. But if you don't,
This year's theme is inspired by Elvis's 1956 classic film Love Me Tender, which was his acting debut set in the American West. As a result, Parks has been filled with cowboys, hearts, country costumes, and Western-style floats, blending romance and rock and roll into one big celebration. Even though the temperatures soar past 40 degrees Celsius, fans say the heat is no match for their devotion. Here, Elvis is more than music. He is an emotional anchor.
When a child goes to Disneyland, this is like me coming to my adult Disneyland. I just love it. I love everything about it. I love the dressing up, meeting the like-minded Elvis fans. I love the diversity of people, young, old, all different backgrounds, and we're all, here because of Elvis.
The streets of Parks also become a stage for buskers and tribute artists competing for fame and cash prizes. Some are first-timers, others seasoned performers, all brought together by their love for Elvis.
I got a whole lot of money that's ready to burn. So get the really sing. Device, man.
One of the stars of the festival is Damian Mullen, a full-time Elvis tribute artist who left his 9-to-5 life to rock the stage.
I dressed up a little bit as Elvis and everyone was just like, wow, that was so good. And from there I thought, okay, well, this could be a ticket out of this 9-to-5 boring stuff. So I contacted a talent agency, and from there I got signed up very quickly, and they just happened to have an Elvis go off their books, and so I picked up that spot, and here we are 16 years later and loving it.
Among all the attractions, the street parade was the heart of the festival, where classic cars, tractors, cowboy floats, and Elvis lookalikes fill the roads with love and admiration, making the star immortal in our hearts. In a world that often feels divided and tired, Parks offers something rare, a place where thousands of strangers come together to sing, smile, and celebrate a man who still brings them joy.
Snow and freezing weather are disrupting travel across Europe, even as winter transforms cities and landscapes into stunning white wonderlands. From grounded flights in Budapest to rare snowfall in Paris and Istanbul, and winter festivals across Asia, this is how winter is reshaping travel in 2026.
Winter has arrived with force across Europe in early 2026. Heavy snowfall and freezing temperatures are reshaping travel plans, grounding flights, closing roads, and reminding travelers that winter journeys come with uncertainty and spectacle. Across the continent, snowstorms have disrupted air and rail travel, forcing delays, diversions, and cancellations as airports and transport authorities scramble to keep systems running safely. This week, the winter weather brought operations at Budapest Airport to a halt. Runways were temporarily closed as crews battled black ice and extreme icing, leaving passengers stranded and flights cancelled or delayed. For travelers, it was another reminder that Europe's winter charm often comes with logistical challenges. While winter disrupts travel, it also transforms landscapes. In Paris, snowfall dusted rooftops, streets and historic landmarks in a rare sight in a city where snow does not arrive every year. Tourists gathered along the Seine and near the Eiffel Tower, capturing moments of a softer, quieter Paris. In Slovenia, visitors at Lake Bled were treated to postcard-perfect scenes as snow wrapped the lake, the island church and surrounding mountains in white. The calm winter atmosphere turned the destination into a fairy tale setting. In Prague, a snowstorm blanketed the Czech capital, covering cobbled streets, bridges and Gothic spires. The city slowed down as locals and visitors embraced a rare moment of winter stillness. Further south, Istanbul saw its first snowfall of the year. Minarets, mosques and waterfronts were dusted in white, drawing residents outdoors to experience a side of the city that appears only briefly each winter. Even the mountains of Cyprus, better known for sun and sea, were capped in snow, surprising visitors and offering a glimpse of winter in one of Europe's warmest destinations. In Russia's Ural region, winter is not just endured, it is celebrated. The annual Ice Sculpture Festival has opened, transforming blocks of frozen water into towering works of art. Artists from across the region carve intricate figures, castles and cultural motifs, all sculpted from ice. Brazilian's community and winter itself. And in northeast China, winter tradition meets high stakes at the Chagan Lake Winter Fishing Festival in Jilin province. Fishermen cut through thick ice to harvest fish using centuries-old methods. This year, the first catch of the season was sold for an astonishing $243,000, underscoring the cultural and symbolic value of the ritual. The event draws crowds from across China, blending history, spectacle and commerce, all set against a frozen landscape. From snow-covered European capitals to frozen lakes and winter festivals across Asia, winter in 2026 is shaping travel in unexpected ways. It delays flights and closes airports, but it also creates moments of wonder, tradition and shared experience. For travelers willing to brave the cold, winter offers something rare, a world transformed, quieter, slower and dazzling in white.
An ancient spiritual tradition takes center stage in Benin. Every year, thousands gather in the coastal city of Ouidah for Voodoo Days, a 3-day celebration that honors Benin's spiritual roots, cultural identity, and its living heritage.
Drums echo through the streets, colorful masks dance in the sun, and ancient rituals unfold before a global audience. In Ouida, the heartland of voodoo, Benin is celebrating its spiritual and cultural heritage through the annual Wooden Days Festival. Once observed only on January 10, the traditional Voodoo Festival has evolved into a 3-day international event, attracting thousands of visitors from Africa, Europe, and beyond. For many, it's a journey of reconnection, reclamation, and rediscovery. Voodoo, often called voodoo outside Africa, is an animist belief system rooted in nature, ancestors, and spiritual balance. For generations, it was misrepresented and stigmatized, but here in Ouida, that narrative is changing.
What I like about the last few years is that voodoo culture is becoming more visible to the world. The idea that people had that voodoo was something demonic is no longer the case. Because we are here, I dare to believe that there are many cultures and religions gathered here around voodoo culture.
Le vaudou, c'est quelque chose de démoniaque. Il n'est plus du tout parce qu'on est ici.
For the African diaspora, the festival is both personal and political, a way to understand shared history and challenge colonial thinking.
To know more of my history, not just as a Kenyan, but as an African. So I came to be part of the bigger picture to see what did my brothers and sisters from Benin do in their fight to build up their religion and their spiritualism. And I've gotten to learn that their spiritualism is important just as ours. So it has helped me appreciate the other forms of spiritualism, to know that they are just as equally important as ours, and also to decolonize my mind.
Mask parades, including the mystical Zangbeto guardians, traditional dances, and sacred ceremonies, turn Ouida into a living museum. For local families, the festival is also about passing tradition to the next generation. The Beninese government says the festival is not just about spectacle, but about respect, education, and authentic representation.
We have obviously done everything necessary to avoid slipping into caricature or turning this into an amusement park, because what we are doing here is of great importance for Benin, to understand Benin's history and culture. This is absolutely not an amusement park.
Donc il ne s'agit pas du tout d'un parc d'attractions.
For tourists, Voodoo Days offers a rare opportunity to look beyond stereotypes and engage with a living spiritual tradition.
We have been traveling in Benin for about 2 weeks at this point, and this is, I would say, the most tourists we've seen the whole time. I've seen more tourists today than I have in the last 15 days. So yes, but also I think in some ways it's good as well. It's a chance for Benin to show off its culture, which is also important. I think it's important to break down stereotypes of like the Westerners have of voodoo and learn something new.
From ancient rituals to modern reclaiming of identity, Benin is telling its own story to the world through the Voodoo Days celebrations.
That's all we have for you on the show this week, but we return next weekend with more exciting travel stories for you. Until then, it's me, Johan Castell, signing off. Goodbye.